Hello, and thank you for watching Our Yard Podcast. This is the Wrestlemania review for night two. I am Swaggy T.
Ye old Hogmaster.
And
Uh,
needless to say, this was a much better night. Our prayers were answered. I didn't think it was going to be just a masterpiece of a Mania myself compared to last year, but this was the much better night. Thankfully, night two was a lot better than night one.
yeah, not too. I don't know. I mean, it saved it, but I don't know. Like the first 4 or 5 matches saved it, honestly, and then the last. Let's see. Well, the last
The last three,
three, yeah. The first 4 matches were on fire, and I was like, "Damn, this is about to be." I
was
thought,
about
like, I'll say this before we break down the matches. Is like, I thought the way the first 4 matches went, I was like, okay, this is gonna compete for. It's gonna have a. It's not gonna be better than, but it'll at least be in the same category as last year's WrestleMania 40. But
yeah.
that is not the fucking case. So
No, it is not. And you could honestly tell that. No disrespect to the nice young lady that sang the national anthem, but she didn't.
ugh,
That was the first I turned. I turned on the broadcast. That was the very first thing I saw was "Land of the Free." Like I was just like, yeah. Well, that's not a good omen
bad
for how the
time.
night's gonna go. But I was immediately proved wrong because the night started off with Io, Bianca, and Rhea put on an instant fucking classic to open
And
up the show. And did you ever go back and watch Gunther and Jay yesterday?
yeah, yeah, I watched it this morning.
What'd you think?
That
Before
was a
we,
really good match.
but it
I
wasn't
thought
as
it was.
good. It wasn't as good as like Sammy and Gunther last year, though.
No, it's like I would say Jay. Honestly, is probably that was probably Jay's best. That was probably Jay's best singles match, and that was just like an average Gunther match. Like I like not. It's not an average Gunther match, but it's like
Above average.
okay. It's not. How should I say it? It's not Gunther's. It's not Gunther's average like what he does on the regular, but it is an average. It's an average at best, like level. You know, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
because like an average Gunther match is like 5 star, 4 or 5 star,
yeah.
whatever. But like he just puts on classics. But that was him being average, I guess is what I should say. Anyways, I mean,
I'm still gonna
I
stick by
enjoyed it
the eight
though.
out of ten.
Yeah, I thought it was really good though. Like because there was great storytelling, so that's really what helped that
Yeah.
match, honestly.
The only complaint I got in hindsight is the fact that Gunther tapped out so fast. But
But the thing about that is that I mean, honestly, every time, like the 2 times he's been beat in WWE in submission, like the first time was Ilya Dragunov, he tapped out super fast. And then this time, like, so I think that's just something in his character. It's like as soon as he gets in a submission to be, like actually locked in to be tapped, you know,
yeah.
he taps out pretty fast.
All
But
right.
I like, but yeah, I thought it was really good. I'm like, I'd probably just be with you about an 8 out of 10.
Yeah. Still, the
But
average of the night is about a six.
hmm
Moving on, the triple
but
threat
the
for the
first,
women's world title was an instant classic. It was a lot better than the women's WWE championship match last night, which was an absolute fucking clunker, and we don't talk about it. Io Kane did not come to play. Reyes on fire as per usual. Bianca did her damn thing as well. Definitely playing the heel in that entire situation. Compared than Rhea and even especially Io because Io was getting the biggest pops in that match for sure. Like the
hmm
crowd was responding, was loving her, loved everything she did. Um, there were several moments in the match where A lot of good false finishes. There's one spot in particular I remember was the so she was going off the top rope for her over the moonsault, and Rhea put some feet in her chest to block it, and she bounced off, rolled across, got the KOD, and then Bianca got a near fall before Rhea broke up the count. That was a really good moment in the match. And just generally speaking, just fantastic work throughout the entire match.
Oh yeah.
Perfect match, perfect way to start the night. And Io going over the same exact way she did when she won the NXT Women's Championship was a nice callback as well. The right one won. Rhea and Bianca can have their grudge feud without a title being involved.
Yeah, because they're
And
both super duper over. Like it don't
yeah,
matter.
you don't need a title for that. Um, I will say, I mean, it would help to an extent, but I mean, Punk and Drew had feud of the year last year and absolutely did not need a title.
No,
Most of that shit was built off of a bracelet there for a minute, and
that I mean they could do the same thing because
mhm,
they're just. I mean they're both megastars.
yeah, they can do
They
whatever
can
the hell
do
they
that.
want.
Yeah. Like, but I will say like EO Sky is what I mean.
Yeah, but
Probably.
that they give
I
it
mean,
us.
easily top 10, maybe top 5, like best worker in the world, like men and women. Like you could probably make a case for top 5. Like EO Sky, like she is fucking her out there. Just like she just goes bonkers every fucking match.
Oh yeah,
Like
no.
I don't know, it's like that match she had with Bailey last year was just perfect.
Oh yeah. And
I mean, that was
on top of that, like Bailey's always going to bring it as well. So like,
yeah. Unfortunate that she didn't get to participate in Mania this year, but
yeah, we
it
will
is
get to
what it
that when we
is.
do.
Yeah.
And
But yeah, I'm with you though. This match, perfect. I mean, 10 out of
10 out of
10.
10, easy.
Like the best. That is the best kind of triple threat matches to have right there. It's like where all three of them are involved and there's double moves. False finishes just closed everything.
Mhm.
Like I don't know. It's like to me, you get these perfect Mania triple threat. Like well, I mean, you could start like from the first one that ever happened was like for a title triple threat match at Mania. Was WrestleMania 20 with Benoit, Michaels, and Triple H, and like I mean, obviously, you know, most people you have to discredit it to a certain extent, I guess, or people don't mention it because of Benoit, but like that fucking match right there, dude, that's like goated, one of the greatest triple threats. Like, I mean, like that is how you do a triple threat match for a title. Like, honestly, just especially at
Yeah.
Mania and like I don't know,
Every,
honestly, like how well they had like the chemistry they had between each other was
yeah.
similar.
And everybody playing on their strengths, not trying to wrestle like anything they're not.
Yeah, like they just did their thing. It's like yeah, it was perfect, man. Like
Hmm.
it was beautiful. Like just to me, I'll go ahead and say it match of the night. So
Yeah. Looking back, it was match of the night for me too.
yeah. And then I guess the second match would have been man, what was the
It was Priest and Drew.
yeah, Priest and Drew the Sin City Street Fight.
Yeah.
So that match was fucking meaty men slapping meat. That was
That was a great match, honestly.
that was just
I
ass
enjoyed it quite
kicking.
a bit.
That was just an ass beater from start to finish. Gosh damn, I love that fucking match, dude. Like that's what I'm saying. These first four matches were like fucking perfect. I mean, like all of them had the same intensity. Like they had perfect storytelling in ring, perfect ring work. I mean, just absolute fucking fire, dude. I mean, that's fucking
Mm-hmm.
mm. Like that match was just I loved it so much. And so, like, but the thing, what you said when we was watching it was, you know, like Damian Priest is living out the perfect Puerto Rican dream, having having Kerry King play him out to the ring. That shit was funny, but it like, dude, he was
Yeah,
so
he
locked
is a
in, he
cheap. He's
couldn't
a
give a
cheap peak Puerto Rican. The
yeah, like
Slayer's guitarist playing him out to the ring.
he wasn't even like Damian Priest wasn't even worried about Drew Mac. He was just looking at Kerry King like, "What's
Yeah,
up?" He's like, "Rock and roll, brother,
he's like Slayer, brother. Like just like
fucking
that was a
Slayer."
R.I.P. Jeff Hanneman. But
Rest in peace. But like that was cool though. I thought that was a pretty cool moment, and
yeah,
like having, I
it
don't know.
seemed like everybody that had an extravagant entrance wound up losing this Mania. Because a lot of the people that just straight up walked out with little to no fanfare, not all of the matches, but a good bit of them, like seemed like just the more bare bones entrance wound up winning.
Yeah,
Because Bianca
yeah,
had the whole thing, and Rhea, she came out and she was real extravagant. Io just like made her normal entrance, and
yeah. And then like Drew didn't really do much. He had like that body shield,
yeah,
whatever.
he came
That
out
was
there looking.
the,
He came out there looking like a follower on Skyrim.
but dude, that match was just that future shock DDT on the steps was fucking gnarly. And then the damn like the finishing sequence, it was like man, you were just sitting there, it was like, yeah. It's like if he doesn't win from this, then he might as well just like give it up.
Yeah, it's like if he
He
kicks
hit the
out of this,
hit the
Damien's about
claymore.
to go for another title run soon.
Yeah, he's
He already
going
kicked out of that.
Damian Hogan on us.
Mm-hmm.
So we had that, and then I don't know. Me personally, dude, I give the match 9 out of 10. Like I don't know.
It was.
I'd say that just because my match of the night was the first match, and that's 10 out of 10. That like this match was close to me, dude. I mean, it was just and it was crazy because like what we talked about before is like yeah, nobody really gave a fuck until they went to Europe. Until they went to Europe, and those European crowds were going fucking bonkers for them beating the
Mm-hmm.
hell out of each other. And then it became it just got over and over, and everyone's like, man, we're waiting for this. And then gosh damn did they deliver. I mean, motherfucking hell, boy.
And
37
that's
hours a day
and
from
that's
Paul
saying.
Crushing Factory.
Mm, no, I don't disagree. It's always the matches that have the least amount of hype on them that seem to deliver the most. I guess it makes sense when you're not like when you don't have as much. I mean, it's WrestleMania. Everybody's got to deliver.
Mm-hmm.
But when your match isn't getting booked the way that like the main events were, or even the women's title match, which did deliver and more than, but with it being the way it was, I think that Drew and Priest, I mean, they could go in there and have more fun than being like, all right, we have to entertain these people. And they did all that and some. I got to agree. I'd personally go like 8.5, 9 out of 10. So
Yeah.
we'll round up, call it a 9 out of 10. It was a very, very solid match. But my co-match of the night was right after that. It was the Fatal Four Way for the Intercontinental
Mm,
Championship. We're talking Braun
mm,
Breaker, Penta, Finn Balor, and Dirty Dominic.
yes,
And
yes.
that match absolutely delivered. There was never a dull moment in that match. It never seemed like it fully slowed down at all. Braun Breaker is inhuman. R.I.P. Carlito again. Like
Mm. Yeah. Ripped the
they
new announce desk.
ripped the new announce desk for the 15th time already. Um, no, Braun Breaker absolutely brought it. Proved why he's been the Intercontinental Championship, and this is his second run with it.
Yeah, this is second. Yeah, because he lost to Jay Uso. and then
Yeah,
he
and
won it
then
back from Jay So right before Survivor Series.
yeah, and that was cool to see just him like carry that match. I wouldn't say anybody carried in that match. Everybody just did exactly what they were supposed to,
The only thing
and
about that match is it could have went longer.
it could have went longer. It could have,
I
and
mean, it
my
was
own
fucking awesome.
my own personal pet peeve is like, yeah, you want to have a good match to open up the show. That felt like a match that should have opened up the show.
Yeah,
Like have that one open up and then switch it with the triple threat for the women's world championship. But either way, I mean, the crowd was lit on fire start to finish in that match. They were reaching a fever pitch at this point. Dominic winning was arguably the loudest pop of the night.
yeah, it got crazy.
It got crazy, and I love the way he
Like, cause
did.
he
I love the
ran.
way he won the match as well.
Oh
Harley,
yeah,
you called it too. The fucking letter, him pinning Finn Balor.
yeah. I just had a hunch.
Yeah,
I mean, it just seemed like it would be the right thing to do since him and Finn, since him and Finn have been having like Finn's been undermining them for the last month or so, and or a few months, and it just kind of I don't know, it just kind of made sense in my mind. So I just made that like that was my call.
yeah.
But it was it was pretty sick.
But no, Dominic winning was absolutely. It was the most exciting conclusion that match was going to have. I think. Um,
And his Dama face,
I think Dom is a. I
like
mean,
we
after a
have to,
reaction like that, I don't know. This was almost a crowd that was like they were unpredictable because EO was like the only true face in that rivalry with
Bianca.
her Rhea and Bianca, and see that happened, and Bianca definitely played the heel. Rhea was more like she's technically a face right now, but like she's definitely playing tweener right now, just like
Hmm.
playing a very like Stone Cold esque role, just beating the hell out of whoever gets in her way, good or bad guy, doesn't matter. And EO was absolutely the face in that scenario, and I hate going back to that match because I don't want to make this whole episode about that match, but it really like man, I'm so glad that EO won. I
Oh yeah.
really am. I thought for sure Rhea was going to win, but no, I'm glad I was wrong. I'm very glad I was wrong. But no, Dominic doing what he did. I mean, for me, that was another 10 out of 10 match. Like I can't say it's anything less than a 10 out of 10. That was a perfect fucking match.
Yeah, it really was. It was like I like the way that Dom he won it.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of being a hit, like coming out there as a heel, and he won, and he took off running, and then it was like he stopped and looked back, and everybody was cheering for him. So he ran back to the ring and got up on the turnbuckle and was celebrating.
Oh yeah.
Like he got his
I
Mania
think he's a
moment.
I think I don't know if he's just going to go straight to being a face, but like he's definitely like a tweener right
Yeah.
now.
And
It
it's
was
crazy like how much heat he was fucking getting like a month 2 months ago.
yeah, now he's got one of the loudest cheers at Mania, and sometimes it's nice to see something like that. I
Yeah,
definitely
because
feel
like
like his career, if like he keeps making the right decisions and just keeps doing what he's doing, dude, he's going to be a future world champion. He might be one of the most over faces in the business.
yeah,
Because if you're capable of being a good heel, like that good of a heel where you can't even talk, then when people finally want to hear you talk, and I mean, fuck, he's Ray's kid, and Ray
hmm
is like the face in wrestling history. I don't think he's ever been heel.
the closest he ever was heel was I mean WCW like the filthy animal stuff. Like, but that
Yeah,
wasn't. I mean, I can't even say if you'd consider that heel as just kind of being rambunctious. You know what I
yeah,
mean? I mean, truthfully.
yeah. You're not wrong. I mean that,
So,
and other than that, like especially since he's been to the Fed, he's never been a heel, as far as I know.
mm-mm, no. And like I'm kind of okay. So like just a little off topic, like just talking about Ray is like I kind of wish at some point they would be like, okay, Ray, look at how many people have turned on you in like in the last 22 years, 23 years. Look how many people have turned on you. You're the problem. And then like he just turns heel. You know what I'm saying? Like just it would be cool to see him have a heel turn. You know, even
Like
if
him
it's for a
turn heel
year.
and Dominic turn face,
Yeah,
and then have a
that'd be dope.
rivalry.
That'd be dope. Like just to see a heel Rey Mysterio. That would be awesome.
It would
Just to
be.
see what
I
it's
don't know
about.
how he would. I don't know how he would do as a heel. I mean, it would
I mean,
definitely help with him being a heel against his son, though, because
but yeah, I don't know. It's weird because I mean, you can't really picture it because we've never seen it. So
yeah,
that's the thing about it. But it is Rey Mysterio. I mean, he is, one of the greatest to ever do it.
yeah,
Like, I'm sure he could. I'm sure he could be a heel.
I'm sure he
Uh,
could. But yeah, to
and
reiterate, fantastic match, 10 out of 10.
yeah,
For me, like
yeah.
you can
Oh,
rank
it's
it
ten
whatever
out
you
of ten.
want, but
Yeah,
it was a 10 out of 10 for me.
yeah. I really can't. It was perfect. I mean, I just love that match. Uh, and then the fourth match we had
Old Randall Orton versus the mystery opponent.
was that the fourth. Was that the fourth match?
It was the fourth match.
Yeah, no, that's right. Because there was okay. So I guess I'll take that back. Not the first four matches. The first three matches were perfect. Anyways, so uh, so yeah, Randy Orton versus mystery opponent who ended up being Joe Hendry because Trevor said his fucking name.
Yeah,
Uh,
I said his name and he appeared. That's about how it goes.
yep. So, but okay, like I would say, it was a cool moment for. It was an awesome moment for TNA. It was a cool moment. It was badass, for Joe Hendry and stuff. The whole thing was surreal because, like, growing up watching the Fed for your whole life, you're like, yeah, they never talk about. They tried to skirt around using the word wrestling, let alone talk about another fucking promotion, unless
Mhm.
they were shitting on them. And I mean, I was like, just it was just insane to see a TNA World Champion at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
Like, it
and
was bonkers.
it wasn't necessarily a bad like
It wasn't a bad match. Like, that's the thing. I wish it could have went longer
that
because
was something you'd see on Raw. That match
Joe
went
Hendry
really short match.
really short. Because like Joe Hendry's I think I'm not saying he's one of the greatest ever, but like I think he is a great in ring worker. A lot of people shit on him. They're like, oh, he can't blah blah blah. No, he can fucking go in the ring. Like, I've watched enough TNA. I've
Three
watched
minutes
enough
and
Joe
ten
Hendry.
seconds.
Yeah, and like that's all that fucking match was. Is like, dude, what the fuck? And like he could do so much more. I understand that they had the other matches. This was just kind of a spot fest, like, or not really a spot fest,
It
just
was a
a
meme
damn,
off.
yeah, kind of, because if it was gonna be a spot fest, we would have got the double rope DDT vintage or two sick ass RKO, but no punt kicks. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, it was all right. It wasn't what it should have been, I guess,
Yeah, it was.
or what it could have been.
If it
But
was even a couple minutes longer, like have a false finish with Joe Hendry, but I do think it's a little ironic you say that it was a good moment for TNA because it definitely was, but the other side of that sword is the fact that like their world champion got pretty much squashed by Randy Orton.
yeah,
And that is definitely a way to look at it, considering how much hype Joe Hendry got this year. But,
hmm
honestly, it was definitely a match that was just thrown together. But I don't know. I got to agree with you. It should have went longer. I don't think it had to be like a 10-minute, even a 10-minute long match because I just looked at all the times from night one and two, and damn, like fucking Fatu and Night went a touch under 11 minutes. It didn't have to be that long to be good, but like half of that at least.
It could at least been about 7 or 8 minutes.
Yeah, yeah, like 3 minutes is crazy.
Hmm.
Especially for someone that you're beating another company's world champion.
Yeah,
Like,
and I mean, I get it's Randy Orton, the legend.
I, yeah, I get it's Randy Orton too, but like, it's also WrestleMania. And
Yeah, like enjoy the moments.
I know there's been squash matches at WrestleMania. Like if I'm not mistaken, Sheamus bro kicked Daniel Bryan, beat him in like 10 seconds one year.
Yeah, yeah, 18 seconds.
Yeah, and wasn't that for a world title?
Yeah, that's for the world heavyweight.
Yeah. So I mean, it's happened before, and obviously this match didn't nearly have the amount of stakes on the line that match did, but you know, it's just one of those moments. I feel like it should have went a little longer.
Yeah, that's the worst part about it. So, but I mean, given that the short time and everything, I mean, I guess I give it a like for what they did. I guess I give it. I guess I give it a 5 out of 10. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm
Just
like
something,
five.
man, because like I thought it was a cool moment that just
It
wasn't
was
long
cool,
enough.
but I mean, I don't think it's going to be one of the more memorable parts of WrestleMania, even with it being Joe Hendry, just because of how short the match was.
Yeah,
So yeah, I'll give it a 5 out of 10 as well. Um, the next match, good old Logan Paul and AJ Styles,
yeah,
they put on a pretty decent match, all things considered. Um, I don't really want to harp on this match for too long because I mean, overall, night two was better than night one, but I mean, we'll get to the overall review of this WrestleMania later in the video. This match in particular was it was fun. It was a nice moment for the bad guys. Logan Paul is just slowly making his way through the biggest names to ever do it, and he looks great in the ring.
shitty
Um,
person. But good.
do what? Oh
Excuse me,
yeah,
I said shitty person, but good in the
yeah.
ring.
No, I'm not a big fan of the Logan Paul the man. Um, I'm sure a day will come. Oh, a payday! What a payday! Hallelujah! There's a payday. Like it'll
There will
come.
come a payday.
Yeah, it'll it'll get better as time goes, but as things stand right now, Logan's definitely on a very, very, very long road to redemption with a lot of people. But we're not here to talk about the man. We're here to talk about what he did in the ring, and he's damn near perfect in the ring. Honestly, I have nothing bad to say about him in the ring.
Yeah,
He's
dude. I mean, dude can put on a match, of course.
he
And he
plays a
had
great,
a,
yeah, great heel,
and he
and
had AJ Styles. You know.
who's who is on a lot of people's Rushmores all time, especially the TNA fans. He
Oh
was
yeah,
TNA.
yeah.
Like there's
He is TNA. He will
yeah,
always
there's
be TNA.
he is the reason TNA didn't go defunct in the 2000s. Like
Yeah.
there
Yep.
he is the reason. Like there's no other like it's not disrespectful to say he is to TNA what Wayne Gretzky is to like most
NHL.
sports. Yeah, to the NHL. Like it's not a bad thing to say he isn't the greatest, and it's mainly because he's a homegrown talent from the company. I mean they were like I'm pretty sure TNA. I don't know if they're still based out of, but they were at one point based out of Atlanta, right? It was like in
Yeah.
Georgia somewhere, and AJ lives right down the damn road from
Yeah.
this, so he was pretty much just like going to his backyard to work and carried a company on his back was the most exciting. But you're not point being you're not going to get a bad match with him unless you try
No.
really really hard or don't know what you're doing. But Harley also pointed out that Logan had a moment in the match where he was doing I think it was a moonsault
Yeah.
and he undershot it a little bit and AJ saved him. Had a hell of a
Okay.
save.
Yep.
Um, Made it
That's my
look.
only problem about Logan Paul, which I didn't mean to cut you off, but
No, you're
that's my
good.
only problem with Logan Paul is like every match he had, there's a spot somewhere where he has to get his ass saved. It's like he tries to do something too much. It's like against some, like SummerSlam against LA Knight.
Mm-hmm.
Like LA Knight he like saved his ass. I mean, every match there's always something. Rey Mysterio saved his ass.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's a lot. I think in that match too, he actually caught Ray at one point, but Ray said that Ray was like, yeah, like Logan tried to say he saved Ray, but Ray was talking to him. He's like, nah, he said, I knew what I was doing. He's like, I was trying to make it look like that, so it was going to be more devastating. But he just held on to me. He didn't go through the moves, and I was like, oh, okay. I don't know. I mean, like Ray's one of the safest workers ever. So like, if Ray's saying that, I kind of take his word for it that he was doing shit on purpose. Like
Yeah.
he don't really do anything in the ring without a purpose to make the story like to make the match look better. But
Yeah, he
anyway,
don't.
that's
He ain't
outside
got
of
to. He
that.
ain't got to. He don't have to like explain or like defend himself in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah,
It's Ray fucking Mysterio.
yeah, pretty much. But anyways, that's my only thing about Logan Paul.
Yeah, no,
Anyway,
I'm
you
right there with you. I mean, he's new, but he's picking up really, really quick. And I feel like in 5, 6 years, I don't feel like we're gonna see nearly as many
no,
mistakes like
oh
that
god,
in the ring, especially if he does wind up sticking with it and like being a long term member of the company. That would be honestly, that would be kind of cool to see. It's like
yeah,
because it's like almost like the Miz when he first started. Everybody hated him because he's a reality TV show star, and like he was good at first. Like, don't get me wrong, he was good, but he wasn't like you weren't gonna look at the Miz back right when he started and be like, yeah, that's a future multi-time world champion. Probably, probably win the Grand Slam
two-time Grand
twice,
Slam, yeah,
two-time Grand Slam champion. Like,
WrestleMania main eventer,
yeah, and winner of the main event at that.
yeah,
Like, no one saw that coming with The Miz. That being said, he did nothing but work his ass off, and now he is fully associated with wrestling. And anybody that calls him a reality TV show star is just being dishonest with themselves. You're just capping.
yeah,
No lid. But like Logan Paul, pretty much immediately came in. Already had a. I'm not gonna say it was good or bad, but it was kind of like fair to middling U.S. title run. Had it for a while, and he wound up losing it to L.A. Knight, which thank God, because he was just kind of sitting on it. And now he's been, I'm not going to say like as active. I mean, he usually gets active right before all the big pay per views that he's going to want to fight on. But like, I want to see him like full time. I want to see him like on the weekly roster. I want to see this
yeah,
dude like actually put the time in. And, like if you want to stick to wrestling, you got more money than God, like
yeah. You can do it.
you can do it. I mean, you can leave Prime in somebody's hands. You can quit doing this, that, and the other. You can actually focus your life on doing this because you have the talent to do that. And I'm sure he knows that. But that being said, time will tell. And as for this match, I like Karrion Cross getting involved in it. I don't
Oh,
know
big
who.
pop, big fucking pop for
Big,
Karrion
big
Cross.
pop, big pop energy for Karrion Cross. Um, I don't know who Dingle's dick was that was going in to try to hand Logan the
Brass knuckles.
yeah, the brass knucks, but yeah, it was just kind of a weird moment. There was an even weirder moment later in the night, but we will get to that. Um, yeah, Karrion Cross came out there, said no, 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 and then AJ Styles came in and gave old dude the business. And Karrion and AJ are about to have one of the hottest feuds coming out of WrestleMania. I'll tell you that.
Yep. Karrion Cross, dude, he's getting over and over.
That's going to be a fun one.
Like he's Yeah, he's getting over. I mean, yeah, like Karen Cross is. I don't know what the fuck. I think some people are shooting each other with paintball guns out here. Anyways,
Oh, no, I was wondering.
yeah, it's kind of concerning me for a second. Anyways, um, what was I saying? Uh, fuck, that was weird. Anyways,
No, you're
Karen
all
Cross,
good.
yeah, Karen Cross, yeah, he's getting over and fucking out. Like, it's about time they started letting him do his own character, like how he got popular when he was in NXT, when he was a two-time champ. Like, let that motherfucker do his thing and cook, man. Like, he's fucking solid. like,
This is
I
supposed to be
don't,
the was it what Triple H called this shit last year? It's supposed to be the Endeavor era, where it's like,
yeah,
yeah, do you got a gimmick? Bring it to the table. We'll see if it's good or bad. We'll try it at least. They did not do that with Karrion Cross last year because they had him with goddamn Rob Halford and two large Polynesian men and his wife, and that was a really awkward situation. But I mean, it could have went worse, but it I don't know, man. I'm ready for Karrion Cross to
yeah.
do his
I
damn
think, but
thing.
he's been getting over on social media and over on everything. Like, I think, I think it's about his time. Like, I think
Yeah.
he's about to pop off for real again, like on the main roster for the first time. Like, and I hope so. Like, fingers crossed, because I mean, something about him is just intriguing to me, and it has been. But I'm like, there's been something missing this whole time, and now it seems like they're finally getting in that right direction, like you talked about. So
I'm ready
anyway,
to see where it goes. But yeah, as far as the Logan Paul AJ Styles match, um, all jokes aside, it was a really good match. Overall, it was a really good match. I personally wish AJ would have won, but you know, I think Logan's 3-0 at Mania now, so I guess
yeah,
that's going to be the next streak. If Logan Paul beats Undertaker's streak,
oh Lord,
I'm going to be the first to say this. He better not, but I don't even want that
ripping fuck,
motherfucker to get it ripping fucking deed. If Logan Paul goes 30-0 at WrestleMania, um, you can if you really want to just get away from the pain, take like 15 blue chews out
God,
of
mm,
just take 15 of them and go to a go to a Nashville Preds game
yeah,
and just
but
get onto the court and try to fuck the goalie. That's a good way to get rid of the pain.
yeah,
That'll
I'll teach him.
that'll teach him. But
But
yeah, Logan
overall,
Paul is 3-0. I got to give the match like a 7 out of 10.
yeah, I'll give it a 0 out of 10. Uh, no, I mean I would. I don't know, man. It was good. Like it's just, it's hard for me to separate, Logan Paul, the man, and wrestler at this moment. So,
No, I
but
get that.
yeah, it
I'm right
was
there
good
with you,
though.
but
I give it. I'll give it a 7 out of 10 because AJ Styles. I mean, it's hard. Dude just puts on great matches. So,
yeah, it wasn't a clunker
but
in any way, shape, or form. But
no, it just
it it
it just
was
didn't pop off, man.
it was one of the Midland matches of this whole
Yeah,
contest. And right after that, we had just the best match of the night. I mean, just fucking chef's kiss, beautiful. Lyra Valkyria, Becky Lynch, who was the mystery replacement for Bailey, taking on Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez for not
Mhm.
only the Women's World Tag Championship, but also the chance for Lyra to be a double champion.
Yeah. That that was a fun match. Honestly, like Jordan called. He called it when we was watching. He was like, "Yeah, it's gonna be Becky is gonna be the one to come out." And
I said Alexa Bliss. I'll admit I was wrong.
yeah,
That'd have
I
been
didn't even
cool.
take a guess.
That'd have been fun to see Alexa Bliss, but
Yeah, that'd been cool, but
Becky
I
Becky
mean,
Lynch definitely is makes the most sense. Um,
yeah, and like it was good. I mean, but as soon as she walked, I was like, yeah, Becky Hogan. We're not getting nobody's beating her. So,
No, that's Becky
which
Hogan went in
that's a
there, hit the
given.
best submission move of all time, the disarmer.
Fuck,
She knew what she was doing.
that shit's horrible.
Yeah, we
Like,
don't talk about it.
like the regular armbar she does looks okay. Then when she does the disarmer and she just sits on their back and pulls their hand up, I'm like, quit. Just fucking stop. That's fucking horrible. But
Yeah.
anyways, other than that though, man, what a good. I mean, of course you got Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan, dude, she is in her fucking bag. Like Liv Morgan's always been good, but she's just getting better and better. Like I don't know what it is. Like she's on a different fucking level right now. Like Liv
Yeah.
Morgan is she is unfucking real in the ring.
Good old Mid
Every
Morgan.
like everything she does, she does not fucking miss, dude. Like she just I don't know. I mean everything she does, like her presentation, you know, her character, the storytelling in the ring, the actual in ring. I mean, it's just fucking chef's kiss, dude. And like I gotta say, Raquel Rodriguez looked like fucking $100 bill tonight.
Yeah, she
I
didn't look like
will.
$1,000,000, but she looked like a
Yeah,
crispy Washington, you know.
yeah.
She looked like a
She did
dollar.
though. Like,
Nice, and she looked like a Hamilton. She looked like a $10 bill out there.
yeah. But she did really. I'm like, you know, jokes aside, she did look really well.
Yeah,
Like,
she's definitely
cause
improved.
I don't know. The last few months, it's kind of like she seems a little stiff, you know, and like she's just kind of in there trying to be an enforcer type and all that. But like she finally let loose and like started going hard in the tank, and I was like,
Mm.
damn, like go
Speaking
off,
of
dude.
Steph, we know Baby Tice was happy to see Liv.
Mm-hmm. Baby
That's
time. That's
that's they're dating.
Jordan Johnson.
That's
Yeah,
Jordan's fiance.
yeah. But man, she job. But she was like, I gotta say, like out of the whole thing, like, and I mean, to me, Becky didn't have any ring rust at all. I
No,
mean,
she looked great out there.
she looked great. Fucking Lyra Valkyria, like you talked about. You know, you've been talking about her. She is fucking. She's getting better and better. She's getting in her fucking bag right now.
Hmm.
Like I don't think she's in her prime yet. Like she's only what 23, 24. Like she's
She's young.
young, and she's doing all this. Like Lyra Valkyria is fucking.
She
She
may very
is
well.
solid.
Yeah, she gonna go down as one of the goats if all things go well.
Yeah, if they
But,
keep putting on this trajectory. I
hmm
mean, it's exciting. It's exciting to see the newer talent, you know, the younger talent keep like blossoming up. And yeah, Lyra Valkyria was phenomenal. She was fun to watch, no doubt about it. And
Absolutely.
her and Becky, which they've done a lot of work, you know, over the year. Like when Becky went down to NXT and helped out, like you know, her and Lyra were intertwined in stories and everything. And she, they had great chemistry. And of course, like I said, you put that with Liv Morgan, who can have a damn 5-star match
With
with
a
a
sack of
fucking
potatoes.
yeah with Ryback. Like I mean, you just look at. I mean, you're gonna have magic go off. That's what it
Absolutely.
was. It was great. It was a great match. I mean, I'd say it definitely picked the show back up a little bit. I'd say I don't know. I'd give it like an 8,
Yeah.
probably 8.5. It was 8.5 just from the ring, like in ring ability. Yeah, 8.5 alone, easy, easy.
Yeah, and it didn't drag on too long. It wasn't too short of a match. It
No,
was a really good welcome back for Becky Lynch. Lyra's now a
yeah,
double champion. Like you said, Liv always puts on for her city, and Raquel looked marginally improved out there. I'd say for me personally, it was about an 8. At the very lowest, a 7 out of 10. I'll go with an 8.
yeah.
So Then, speaking of younger talent, we get to John Cena, the Cody Rhodes, which is main
Yep.
event, main event of the night, easily the most hyped up match of the night, and
It was good okay. About the first 3 to 5 minutes of the match was kind of what the fuck is happening. Um, and then for about 20, how long was the match? Have you looked that up?
I believe it went just under 22 minutes. I can look it up. 21 minutes and 40 seconds.
Okay. So the first 3 to 5 minutes are like, what the fuck is happening? And then the next 15, 16 minutes were like, this is fucking awesome. And then, okay, no, I take that back. The next
I wouldn't
13
say.
minutes,
I'm
the
not gonna
next
say.
13 minutes were like, oh, this is fucking awesome. And then, like, there was a lot building up. And then the last 3 minutes, if my math's right, let's see. Yeah, that'd be about right. Last 3 minutes were fucking dog shit. Uh,
Fiend,
because
fiend,
yeah,
fiend,
that shit
fiend,
right there, dude.
fiend.
What the fuck was he goddamn doing?
I don't
Like,
know. The only good thing I have
get
to say
that
about
fucking bullshit out of here, dude.
the
Like,
only reason I'm gonna say I wasn't completely against Travis Scott being out there is one, for whatever reason they had already brought him out at the goddamn they'd already brought him out at Elimination Chamber, so may as well just like go ahead and put a bow on that, just let it happen. And he did technically sell the Crossroads pretty okay. He didn't, it wasn't the best one, but like it didn't look awful. That being said, it absolutely killed the momentum the match was having. They could have went another 10 minutes and I wouldn't have had a problem with it without Travis Scott. I mean, The Rock coming out would have been better, and I didn't want to
oh
see
yeah,
that either.
no, I
Um,
didn't either. But
I just wanted to be between him and John, and I wanted John honestly to go over clean, but with him winning with the belt off the head,
fuck is that?
everything going good.
I guess fucking a damn tow truck. Oh,
Oh,
goddamn, what is fucking happening?
I don't
I mean,
know.
I'm in fucking Fulton, Mississippi at damn. Check my watch, 2248, and there's motherfucking tow trucks and people shooting paint gun. What the fuck is going on right now?
Well,
Goddamn coyotes in the background.
just
Anyways,
stay safe in these troubling times.
yeah, I
But
gotta do something.
no, that match
Anyways,
it disappointed me a little bit. I had higher hopes for the match, but John Cena hadn't really been in that long of a match in a minute. He was in the Elimination Chamber, but it did. I don't know. I just feel like both of them were capable of putting on a better match than they gave. Um, as far as my rating, had Travis Scott not come out, I'd give that match a solid 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, maybe. Um, with everything that happened, start to finish, I gotta give it a 6. I'm not gonna lie. That was a 6 out of 10 for me.
yeah,
It was just like the last few minutes of the match killed the energy and hype for it so much that
yep. It was,
it
it
affected.
was, dude.
Yeah, like it
It was like
really.
I don't know. Like I said, first 3 to 5 minutes is like the fuck's happening. In the next 13, it was like fucking this shit. Like it was soaring up. I'm like, dude, this is gonna be awesome.
Yeah, it
And
was
then
getting
Travis
really, really
Scott comes
good.
out, and then like he wins, and then John Cena wins from hitting him with the belt. Like when he fucking when they were doing the fucking pinfalls, like 1, 2, kick out, and then it hit three. I was like, really? I'm like, that's how he fucking wins it. Like I wanted nothing more but for John Cena to break the record and be an 18-time champ. But I'm like this? Why? Why? Like, why in the fuck did it have to be like this? I don't understand it.
I don't either.
I don't understand this book and don't like it. Don't like it at all. Like it was going so good, man. Oh, like to have Cody go everything Cody went through to get that fucking time, and then have him go out like that. It's like, really? Like, come the fuck on, dude. And
Yeah, and
like,
I wasn't against Cody losing the belt. I wanted him to lose
no,
it
but
tonight. But
yeah, but
just
drop
the
it in a
way it
clean
happened.
way. Yeah, drop it in a clean fucking manner. Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
But it
It
is
could
what
have,
it is.
yeah. So overall, what's your not two?
My night two overall started out as strong as any pay-per-view could. Fantastic first three matches. It started to kind of slow down there in the third, and fourth and fifth were decent matches, but they were just, a little on
Fillers.
the more underwhelming side compared to everything else. The sixth match was really good. And seven, main event, it just really, I'm not gonna lie, it didn't really do anything for me. Like, I hate to admit that too, because I was really looking forward to this match, but overall I'd have to give this night, I'd say a solid seven, 7.5 out of 10 overall.
Yeah.
Eight out of 10 would be a little too
No.
generous.
No.
I'll
That's
stick.
too generous. I You're
I'll
lying
give
to
it I'll
yourself.
give it a seven
I
out of
mean,
10.
yeah, I'll give it a seven. I'll go with seven. So pretty much we'll look because last night we gave it a six,
Yep.
6.5. So
I'll
we'll give
I'll
it.
stick with six even.
So all right. So we'll give it a six, and then we'll give this night. So split it down the fucking middle. We're giving
6.5.
WrestleMania weekend 6.5. So
Six.
it's pretty underwhelming.
Under as a whole, very underwhelming. The high points did get really, really high. I still feel like the best moment, or at least
On the weekend
the best moment of the weekend for me was
was triple threat. Yeah.
Paul Heyman, doing the double turn on Roman and Punk, and paying back that favor he owed Seth Rollins.
Yep.
Um, Least favorite moment of the weekend, the last three
Uh,
minutes of night two's main event, or Charlotte and Tiffany as a whole,
mm,
because
mm.
that was the worst match of the weekend. It had potential to be one of the best, and
It did. It did, but it. Okay.
it
I don't.
just it's like we were
It
talking about
did,
yesterday. It's like
but
great
it didn't.
pairing, horrible timing.
Yeah, because like it did, but at the other hand, it's like watching the feud build up. It's like it kind of made sense how it went, honestly,
Yeah,
because the feud has been like it was fucking horrendous. Like that feud was just terrible, and then they have no chemistry. It's like, well, they're both great in ring workers, or well, Tiffany carried that fucking match as much as she could. Charlotte has lost a fucking. She's lost like two or three steps. I don't understand. Like it's fucking bonkers. Because even in the fucking Royal Rumble, when I saw her, I was like, she doesn't seem the same. And then I seen her in WrestleMania. I'm like, yeah, she's not Charlotte Flair. She's just,
she's a shell of who she
shit.
used to be.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, unfortunately,
I'm just really glad she didn't win the title because
yeah, I am too. Because that
yeah,
would have really been fucking tough. Because at least Tiffany can carry on from this and you know have the belt and go on about it. So,
and
but
yeah,
yeah, pretty mid WrestleMania. Pretty upset how much trying to like follow last year's and
I mean,
just
following
follow.
last year's was a tall order anyway
Hell,
because overall, I'd
yeah,
give last year a damn 9 out of 10, if not a 10 out of 10. It was damn near a perfect
dude,
mania,
it was perfect. Like I said, the lowest point was Jimmy and Jay.
and that's a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, like
Six
because
out of 10 at worst. Like that
even the
was
fucking what was it the hurt what do they
That,
call it? Pride. You know, like Bobby Lashley
yeah,
and the Street Profits.
the
Yeah,
pride and
fucking
Karrion Cross and them.
Final Testament. Yeah,
Yeah,
like even that was
that
a
was a
damn good
decent
match.
match.
Yeah, that was like, but even it was better than Jimmy and Jay.
Yeah, that tag team like 6-pack match that was a
Oh
banger.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
But that's what I'm saying. Like it's
don't get me
like
started
it.
on Bailey and Io. That was an absolute.
Yeah, that
That's
was 10. That was that. Like Bailey and EO was 10 out of 10, and then
Gunther and Sammy was a
Gunther and
10 out
Sammy
of
were
10.
10 out of 10, and then of course the main event like Roman and Cody
Roman and
was
Cody was a 10 out of 10.
yeah
And I would even go to say that
not one main event.
that night one main event was really good. I give it a 9 out of 10, but going
Yeah.
back, like I was actually talking about night two's opener with Drew and Seth. And
God damn, that was. Whew.
I don't know if I'd call that match I'd call it a 9.5 out of 10, but with Damian Priest cashing in Money in the Bank and winning the title, that whole experience was a
How
10
we
out of
did it
10.
with CM Punk
Yeah.
and
And that ignited feud of the year.
yeah
And that was that was a great feud, great start to really wasn't the start of the feud, but it's like that's like when it was like the okay, it's on, you son bitch moment of the whole thing. I was really stoked for it. Um WrestleMania 41 following hot off the heels of WrestleMania 40.
yeah.
Disappointing.
And
Um
honestly, I mean, hell, compared to the last pay per view, I mean, compared to Elimination Chamber, it didn't
Elimination
hit as
Chamber was
hard.
better.
Yeah.
Um Overall review of the year, I'd give that from WrestleMania 40 all the way to right before 41 altogether. It was a good year. I'd give it 7, 8 out of 10. Um,
Yeah,
not
that
a
was a
bad,
great year.
yeah, great year. Definitely some very, very high ups, very, very low downs. Saw some people get misused just horribly. Um, RIP the Wyatt Six. We hardly knew you.
Yeah,
Um,
Rip, and rest in peace, Andrade after him and Carmelo's best of seven series.
yeah.
Just what the fuck is Andrade? He needs. I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah, that's something for
that's a whole nother fucking topic.
yeah, hopefully he starts getting used more
Yeah,
with him back in the company. I mean, if worst comes to worst, just have him and Charlotte on different shows. I mean, fuck, I don't know what
yeah,
their like dynamic is, but I don't really care. It's not really my business.
yeah.
It's between them, but I would really like for them to not do a storyline with a divorce because this isn't Vince's WWE anymore. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and make some predictions just for world title changes, and the Intercontinental Tag Team is so up for debate right now that you never know. Um, the next WWE champion moving forward,
Randy Orton.
Randy Orton would be really cool to see. I would like to see, if not Randy, um,
CM Punk.
I don't know. Occam's Razor is telling me it's either going to be Seth Rollins or damn Roman. I feel like it's going to be somebody like that. It's like I'd say like a 66 2/3 chance of it being Braun Breaker. With now that he's been dethroned of the Intercontinental title, they may do what they did with Gunther with him. Also, Gunther will probably be in the hunt trying to get his world title back. Don't be surprised if he gets it back. I know a lot of people
Hell,
were
he might.
upset by the end of that match, but honestly, it was a great match. Jay's the champion. You've been wanting
Honestly,
this for 3 years. Shut the fuck up. Like,
yeah. Honestly, Gunther might go after John Cena now.
you might, and that would be
Go
cool.
after the WWE.
Yeah, because I mean, I like the way that world title looked on Gunther, but it feels really natural on Jay right now.
Yeah.
We're gonna see what they do with that moving forward. I think Jey Uso losing to Braun Breaker might be the way that goes down, though. I'm not gonna lie. Um, then Ilya Dragunov may come and get the belt. I'd really like to see Ilya come back, get the belt off
Yeah.
of Dom, going to SmackDown, the U.S. title, with Jacob having it. I don't really think I can't think of anybody that's going to be beating him in the near future. Put a pin in that one for now. The WWE Championship, though, if not Randy, Cody may fucking win it back. I guess he does have the rematch clause in his. That's what happens anytime a world title holder loses the belt. They always get their contractually obligated rematch. So
Yeah.
I know Roman. I don't think Roman took that, but
No.
he definitely he still probably got one. All he's got to do at this point is just ask. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's my predictions. You got any predictions for the near future?
Yeah. Mm, not really any predictions, just kind of optimism. Optimism. Like I hope the Raw tag team division gets better since New Day's there,
Right.
and maybe Faction will get called up since they dropped the titles. I hope.
That would be the spark that
I
Raw's
hope the
tag
women's.
division needs.
Yeah, they need something. And then the women's tag team division, since they got new chance, since they got another tag team now with Becky and Lyra, and they might just be a little phase. Who knows? But I like to see Liv get back in the world title picture, or have her go after the Intercontinental
Yeah.
or something. Um, I don't know. I mean, there's just I really don't have any predictions at the moment. Just kind of trying to soak everything in this weekend, and I don't know, trying to get the bad taste of that fucking main event out of my mouth. To be honest with you.
Yeah,
But,
I'm right there. I'm right there with you, man. That was a horrible main event.
yeah, horrible way to close the fucking show in the weekend. So,
Yeah, but
but with that being said,
bad mid mania. Optimistic looking forward though. We made
yeah,
our predictions and we
ready
have
for
been.
tomorrow night.
Yeah, I'm ready for that. The Raw after Mania sometimes is more important. The Raw after Mania usually dictates the year more than the Mania
Yep,
before the next Mania. So um, we will be tuned in watching that. And we have been Our Yard Podcast. I've been Swaggy T.
I've been Hogmaster.
And we are tired. We got to work tomorrow, you fucking liberals. So we're going to hop off of here. And thank y'all for watching. WrestleMania
Thanks.
forever.
Love you guys. I'm going home. Frank forever.